Welcome to Only Frames. It's the home of below average pool content, and today it's the home of okay content, hopefully, because we have Division 1 players Chris and Gary at the table. Both of these players battling it out for that top spot in the league. They are probably two of our best players at the table. Chris definitely is. We know that from last season. And Chris is on the red ball here. He smashes that into the middle pocket. 2 for 1. He probably didn't want that to go down because that was his next shot for position. But now he has a little bit of a tricky rail shot to put down. But we have seen him pull these off before. We've seen him pull off amazing rail shots actually in our best shots of the month and season video, which go check out. Your votes chose the winner of that shot for a grand prize of some sort of money prize. I didn't win it, so I don't know. I did come second though, spoiler alert, which is pretty good for me. I'm rubbish. Anyway, Gary not really having much on there, so he has just played a pretty awful shot, and Chris with a lovely double. That is perfect, dead center of the middle pocket. How does he tackle this one? It does go. Is he going to end up rattling behind one of Gary's balls? He's not. He's going to miss the pot, though. And Gary back at the table now with a much better opportunity than the first visit. Can he quite sneak that one in? I don't think he's going to go for it, so he has to come and tackle them later. If he can get above them, he can play the plant. It looks like that is the option here now. Play that plant, just nice and gentle. No, he's going to go for the top corner, actually. Ooh, yeah, he is. Where's that cue ball going? Lou would put this one straight down. Gary's done nicely there, but he hasn't made the pot. The position, well, actually wasn't nicely at all, because he missed the cannon and he missed the pot. But he has tied up Chris's red at the top of the table there, which hasn't worked out too nicely. There is no gap jackies to play off. And now he's going to put this one down. He's going to play position up the table. Don't run too far. He can see it. He can try and cross double it. I don't know if that was his plan there. I think that's pretty much the only option. Bit of a cross double. Does it go down? Eventually. It's a good effort. It's in. It's a lovely effort. Big bounce here. Not too much for a big bounce. Slow up. And he can just about sneak it in. Maybe cushion first into that yellow and just drop it in. I don't know if it sneaks by full ball as it is. But we will soon find out. It's going to be awfully done. He's going to just tap one of Gary's there. And now there is a real predicament at the table of how Gary continues. Did something hit a cushion? I believe it did. Action replay? No, we don't get one of those. Now, I'm pretty sure that yellow did bounce off the cushion. So I think there is no foul to be had there. And Gary now going to try something magical with these yellows. He's going to absolutely smack them. And no luck there. And that is an absolute sitter for Chris. That is 1-0. First frame. We don't even need to take the shot. Come on, we know you're putting it down. Yeah, just about. And into frame 2. Gary breaking. We get to see the break. So maybe we get to see a decent frame. It's not the best of breaks. They kind of clustered in the middle there. But there is a pocket for all the balls. So maybe Chris clears up. Oh no, Gary, sorry, dropped one down. So it is Gary's. That ball's got some spin on it. I don't know what I'm saying. Gary's looking like he's going to go for yellows here. Sensible choice. Less on the table. You have to keep the ball down in this area, because that is where they have nearly all fallen, apart from that one that's creeped up the top. And he's going to play that now as he gets position. That's not badly done. Sorry, coffee break. Lovely. Oh, I've got time to do more. This Gary is taking his sweet time. God, that's hot. And he plays the double. He sinks that nicely. And now he's got a shot down for the bottom right of the table. Is he alright? Is he frozen? Buffering. He's buffering. Oh, he's going to play it gentle. Nice little tap. Yeah, that'll do for position. Now, how does he play this next yellow? Does he just come off of it and hold on the red for his next shot? I don't know if he's got quite enough. He's going to try and nudge, and it hasn't worked out. It was a tricky one because there wasn't quite enough of that yellow ball to see if he had gone past that red. So he needed to try something. Unfortunately, that wasn't it. Hell of a smash there. It didn't quite work out, and now Chris is at the table. The balls are spread out. This could be 2-0. Now, we've seen Chris dish up before. And there's there's one yellow on the table in his way. So he should be alright with this. He should have a route planned. He's going to play down for this ball nearer the middle of the table. He's run a bit too far. Not ideal, but he can sink it. Where's that cue ball go, though? Not too bad. He's playing it up. It's not the best of shots to be had now. I think Chris probably took his time there to examine the table as we have cut forward a little bit. He's going to play a terrible attempt at a safety. Scott will be angry at that, seeing one of his mates play an absolute awful attempt at the safety, which Scott is known for. It's the only thing he's good at. No offence. And Gary at the table here on the black. Should be a formality. Should go in. He drops in just about. It's got the legs. It's 1-0. We're off to a blinder. Chris at the table. We are skipping quite far ahead. It must have been absolutely shocking. They're back to only frames levels of pool. And now Chris at the table after Gary appeared to have cleared quite a lot of his balls like the last frame. And didn't quite finish his dinner. So now Chris at the table with an opportunity to make this 2-1. Again, running himself a bit far on position like he did the last frame. He will not be happy with himself. This does cut into the bottom pocket, obviously. And is he going to play some cannon? He doesn't quite get it. He doesn't quite get the pot either. But Gary has a real tricky situation now because he can try and clear his yellow out of the way with the risk of putting down a red there and Chris getting a free ball on the table. After a bit of deliberation, he still hasn't made his mind up. Were you going to play Gary? It's not a nice option, really. Oh, that's not a bad effort. If he's cleared those out of the way, this might drop. It's not going to quite do it. Just shy of the knuckle there. Unfortunate. Good attempt, though, Gary. And now Chris back at the table. God, sorry, I'm yawning. Is a pretty nice opportunity, to be honest. Is he going to be able to play position like he hasn't done at all today? We will find out. That's not too shabby. Just get a big bounce back down the table. You've got options if you end up anywhere. He might have a plan of where he's going to go. Is he going to try? What are you doing, Chris? Oh, God! Inadvertently. No, he hasn't got away with this safety. I thought it was just tucked behind that red, but it has just creeped past. And Gary does have the opportunity to make this 2-1. Just holding off that red there. That's not too bad. You've got options for pockets. What's he going to go for? He's going to go for a top pocket by the looks of it. Does he put it down? Yeah, nicely done. Dead centre. That is 2-1 to Gary. Off to a flying start. And Chris back at the table. We are midway through the frame once again. Probably a load of rubbish. And Chris putting that one down nicely. Once again, position is a little bit lacking. He could have done with being a little tiny tad further up. But he hasn't quite done it. But he has got room to bounce down now. As he puts that one down, he's actually made the pot this time. Unlike his last frame. And again, actually it's not too bad because he can play off this red into the bottom right. Hold off that yellow maybe so he can tap the other one down the bottom of the table. Yeah, he's just done it maybe a bit far. Quite a bit too far. Just wanted to tap that yellow just to hold for position because he can bounce back up the table here. But it still works out alright as long as that cue ball doesn't end up hampered. No, that's quite nice. Big bounce would be handy. That will do. Get it off the cushion. And now he has a nice opportunity. We have gone out of focus for some reason. And Chris is going to take this long ball down. Yeah, nicely done. Don't sit up against that black. I mean, it does go, but it's not the easiest of shots to be had. Especially with a bit of hampered cueing. But Chris is 8 foot tall, so that isn't too bad. And he just about misses it. That isn't ideal. And now Gary at the table again with a golden opportunity. He could make this 3-1 with this visit. You can't let Chris back at the table unless you play a lovely safety, but we haven't seen any good safeties today so far. These players are aggressive. They want a pot. They want to play proper pool. No! Ooh, that was close. That was nearly inadvertently handing the frame over to Chris, where Gary absolutely smashed it and has come down and put 2 of his balls up against that black. Not ideal. That is a shocking attempt. But what's Chris going to do here? I don't think there's any way he can magic this in. He's just got to play up against it. I don't really see how he plays this. We'll soon find out. He's just... Oh, he has managed to do it. I didn't think that went at all. I'm a terrible pool player, so I don't know my shots. 2-0. And Chris back at the table. Going to absolutely smash that one down. That will do. Puts his ball, puts one of Gary's down as well, which is absolutely fine, obviously. And now he is looking all right. There is the yellow just below the black that he does need to play position onto at some point to pot that one. Otherwise, pretty nice little spread on the table. Say what you want about Chris, he does have a nice spread. Little bit of chalk as he thinks about his options for his next one. Is he going to play the plant? I think he is. Tackle one of those balls at least. He's going to go for it. The plant is on, obviously. The plant is nice. The loop ball was very nearly had, but he has managed to sneak that one off the jaw there. That was quite risky, actually. And now he's going to take this one a bit of a cut into the top right. Towards Lee there at the top of the frame, one of our other Div 1 players. He's not going to hold on the red. He's going to make himself awfully positioned. This is not ideal. Chris, your position game today has been diabolical. Can he quite see this ball to put it down? Looks like he can. He's hit it. He's cut it too much. And now it's a real opportunity for Gary at table. He looks at his options for that top one. That does go down into the top right pocket. And if he just stuns it in, he has options for these other two balls that are down here. It is a sensible option. We don't really want to stare at the back of your head for too long, so get on with it. Oh, he's going to go for this one first, actually. Oh, to nudge the red out. That's not too bad. He does have to sink this one now. It is a bit straight for position for the next red, unfortunately for him. So I don't really know where he's going to play this unless he tries to cannon that yellow out of the way. He plays it into the middle, cannons the yellow out of the way, as I said. That's not bad. He does have position. Yeah, that will do. Oh, he's just nudged Chris's yellow on the way through, and it hasn't dropped, but he has left Chris a very tricky pocket down there. That is not ideal. He looks like he is going to try and tackle it with this yellow here off the cushion first. Get that red out of the way. Smash his yellow somewhere up the table to deal with later, and he plays it completely wrong. He is not happy with himself. Chris, you're meant to be the best we've got, and you're playing rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Yep, that will do. And Gary now is going to play this one for 3-2, surely. It's not looking good for Chris as Gary steps in again with another stolen frame. I say stolen frame, Chris didn't deserve it at all. It's 3-2 to Gary. He's back at the table. He is reds. He's gone for a long pot. He sinks out. It's a lovely shot. And he has got position. He's got really awkward balls sat on the right-hand cushion there. Two of them. One of them hampered behind a yellow. Not ideal situation. How will he play into those to break them out? Yeah, he's going to take that one first. I think he should have played the red closest to the white at first. Got position for the middle pocket, and he could have used that to cannon these reds on the cushion. But I'm a terrible pool player, so let's not listen to my advice. Gary now going to take this into the middle pocket. It's a good shot. He can. He's not going to do it. I thought he was going to maybe play that one down the cushion, but he's not going to. He's going to take the middle pocket again. Hopefully get himself some position. He has got position. He's got a choice of two. Which one is he going to go for? He's going to go for the trickier ball. Yeah, he's going to go for the trickier ball. Risky, but it does need to be dealt with. It's a nice pot. Where's that cue ball going to be? That's all right. Just about sees it. Can he play it properly here to cannon into his red? Or is he just going to touch up behind it and play it into the top right pocket? That does leave him awkward for the black after. So he's got options, but they're not ideal. He's going to smack it. He's put completely the wrong on it. That ball has not ended up anywhere near where he wanted. But there's still a shot here. Does it tickle into the middle pocket from here? I think he could. We could try and play it up the top. Options, options. None of them I fancy. A big bounce though. This could be... Ooh, he's going to play it off and hit the yellow, and it's nowhere near, and that actually leaves Chris a golden opportunity. If you're enjoying our games, please remember to like, follow and subscribe. You can find us on all the socials to do the same thing there. We are on YouTube where you're watching this video. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I think that's all of them. And yeah, give us a like, follow, subscribe. Please give it a comment. We love it all. We love your interactions. Some of you even send us great content. And yeah, we enjoy all of it. So remember to follow us. Chris there winning that frame to make it 3-all. We have a game back on. It's a nice break, but it's not a nice finish with the cue ball. What's he going to play? He's going to play the yellow into the bottom right. Free some stuff up. Yeah, with that opened up, this does look like a much better layout. There is the awkward yellow down the bottom behind the red. But yeah, like this, if you place the plant that cannon straight in. Yeah, nicely done. Free them up a little bit. There's another awkward yellow now at the bottom of the table, but he'll be thinking to move that on later on, as now he's just going to tackle the balls that he can see nicely. And this isn't looking too shabby. There is a gap if he plays this yellow precisely. He's looking for it. He can see it. It's with Chris's positional play today, this is a absolute no-go. But can he pull a miracle? We know he hasn't been able to do anything so far for position-wise, but this isn't too bad. He's played the safety option, the safer option, I should say, of making himself available for the top of these yellows. And I'm not sure what he's looking to do there. Just going to try and maybe just find some space. Yeah, he's done all right. That's not too shabby at all. This could be on for a dish. A bit of side on that, and he just brings it back behind this yellow. That isn't bad at all, and he actually makes the pot, and it's a middle pocket black for the frame. This is looking nice. This is a dish, and surely he puts this away. It's a dish! Confetti and stuff. I assume that's going to be added to the edit. It's not on the one that I'm looking at right now, but Chris, get on that if you can, please, mate. Thank you. Yeah, that was alright. We are into the, what's this, the 8th frame of this game. The final frame, actually. As Gary could try and pull out a draw here. Chris has already got points on the table. And, or Chris could go for the 5-3 and get himself a full 3 points for the league table. We will see how this works out. But he's looking alright on these reds. Oh, can he just about see that one? You can see the one straight up. I was wondering if you could see the one across. But yeah, take the one straight up into the middle pocket. Leave yourself position. Yeah, taps it in nicely. Just nudge that red out of the way. This will do. You've got a choice of 2 balls. Are you going to take the more awkward one first? I think you should. Because you're going to have a tricky time getting it away otherwise. He's going to put it down. Oh, it wipes its feet. It doesn't quite drop. That is unfortunate. And Gary back at the table with an opportunity to gain back a point, to steal a frame here for a 4-all finish. Can he do it? Does he have the skills? We'll see for this part. He's going to absolutely wallop it. And he's managed to smash that one down at 100 miles an hour. That will do. Position hasn't worked out too good. I think he was just hoping to have a nice layout of balls there. It hasn't quite worked out in his favour, but he can cut this one across into the top left and bring himself down the table for options. But I don't think that's what he's going to go for. No, he's going to go for a shot that I think is much harder. He's going to go for a double. Doesn't pull off. Is he going to get lucky at this cue ball? No, he's going to roll a little tad too far, and now Chris has got an opportunity to come off this sitter of a red, play himself into position down the table. He has pretty much all pockets available for this red. If he can just get position on it. Can he play position for once today? He has played position for once today. I shouldn't really say that. He did dish in the last frame, but he has been pretty awful up until that moment. He puts this one into the middle pocket. Don't sit on the cushion. That's not too bad. And it's a straight black. Does he put it away? Ooh. Yep, it just wiped its foot on the way past, but it's okay. That is Chris 5, Gary 3. Nice game from Gary there. Chris stealing it at the end. And this has been Only Frames. Thanks for watching.